Welcome to the last section in Chapter 6, Section 7, Simple Interest. The objective in this unit is to compute simple interest. We have a couple vocabulary words. The first one is the word interest. And interest is when you borrow from a bank, it's what you pay for the use of the bank's money. Now, likewise, when you deposit money in a savings account, you are paid interest. They give you some money for keeping your money there. Simple interest is one type of fee paid for the use of money, and we're going to talk about that in this unit. Now, when looking at simple interest, I want you to focus on one formula, I equals PRT, where the I stands for simple interest, the P stands for the principal, which is the amount of money that is borrowed or invested, R is the rate of interest, so it's the percent charged or earned. And lastly, T is for time that the money is borrowed or invested in years. Let's look at example 1. Jessica borrowed $15,000 to buy a car for 3 years at an annual simple interest rate of 9%. How much interest will she pay if she pays the entire loan off at the end of the 3rd year? Well, let's take a look. What was her principal? Principal was the $15,000. That's our principal. Okay, our rate. Our rate was an interest rate of 9%. So we're going to use 0.09. We need to make that percentage, that 9%, we're going to take and move the decimal point over 2 to make it a decimal. And T is the time. Our time is 3 years. So we have a 3 here. So we're going to simply multiply these 3 numbers together, and you will see that our interest is $4,050. So Jessica will pay $4,050 in interest, but that's not the total amount she'll pay. To find out the total amount she pays, we need to pay the principal plus the interest. So our principal of $15,000 plus the $4,050. Principal was $15,000, our interest was $4,050. We will add those together to get a sum of $19,050, and so she will repay a total for her loan of $19,050. Let's look at example 2. Same formula. In this case, we have Nancy investing $6,000. That's her principal, is $6,000. A yearly rate of 3%. Again, 3%, we're going to move the decimal over 2, so that's 0.03, so that's going to be our rate, is 0.03. Now she earned she earned $450 in interest, so her interest here was $450. How long was the money invested? So we're looking for the time here. Our unknown is our T. So we take 450, we multiply 6,000 by 0.03, we get 180, divide both sides by 180, and you'll see that our T equals 2.5. So the money was invested for 2.5 years, or 2 years and 6 months, because 6 months is half a year, which is what 0.5 is. Example 3. John's parents deposited $1,000 in a savings account as a college fund when he was born. How much will John have in his account after 18 years with an interest rate of 3.25? So our P, our principal, is $1,000, the amount we started with. Our rate, 3.25. Again, 3.25 needs to be in decimal format, so we're going to take and move the decimal over 1, 2, for the decimal here, so it's 0.0325. And our time is 18 years. Multiply those together and he will have $585. So now we can find the total. Remember, our interest is $585. So we're going to take our principal, which was $1,000, our $585, which was our interest, to find our total. So our total is $1,585. And that's how much he will have in 18 years. Let's look at example 4. Mr. Johnson borrowed $8,000 for 4 years to make home improvements. He repaid a total of $10,320. So our principal we know is $8,000 because that's how much he borrowed. Our time in this case doesn't necessarily matter because we don't need to know that. We just need to know that he paid back $10,320. So we're going to subtract 8,000 from both sides. And 10,320 minus 8,000 is 2,320. So he paid 2,320 in interest. Now we're going to use that amount to find the interest rate. We're also going to need the number of years he paid on it. So let's take a look at that. So his interest rate, remember his interest rate was 2,320 equals his principal, which was 8,000, times his rate. Now we need that time. Now we need it. We didn't need it earlier. And that was 4 years. So we have 2,320, and then we have 8,000 times 4, which is 32,000 times our R. Divide both sides by 32,000. So we have 2320 divided by 32,000. Divide this out, you get 0.0725, which means that's our decimal. Move it over 2, so it's 7.25%. So Mr. Johnson borrowed the money at an annual rate of 7.25%, or 7.25%, if you want to make your 0.25 into a fraction. Try these two, try this, and we'll talk in class tomorrow.